name is Juliana Mendoza, and together with my classmates Juan Carlos Silva and Rosa Milena Quintero, we will be presenting the production process of panela using the FlexSim model. We'll also explain how it's packaged and later stored for an international export to Spain. And we would like to begin by thanking our professor. Thanks to his guidance and support, we were able to carry out this process and understand it in a much clearer and practical way. So, thank you very much. It is important to mention that it's a simple traditional process carried out directly in the countryside, so it doesn't require complex industrial machinery. And to begin, the process starts with the sugarcane crop. A worker cuts the mature sugarcane and prepares it for the next step, which is milling, which takes approximately 36 minutes per ton of sugarcane. Here, the cane passes through the mills where the juice is extracted and the bagasse is separated. This bagasse is not wasted, it's reused as a fuel for the furnaces during cooking. This makes the process sustainable and environmentally conscious. And once the cane juice is extracted, we move to the pre-cleaning stage, which lasts about 20 to 25 minutes per ton. And at this point, the freshly extracted juice is left to settle so that impurities can be filtered and separated, resulting in a clearer liquid that is safe for consumption. So we don't have to worry about consumption because it's very safe. And after that, we enter the cooking phase, which is divided into three phases. The first step is cooking. Phase is clarification. The juice is placed in the first kettle and heated. As the temperature rises, impurities begin to separate and rise to the surface foam. Here, the bark of Wasimo 3 is used as a natural coagulant that helps the impurities compact and rise faster. The foam here is manually removed with skimmers, resulting in a much cleaner juice. And this stage lasts approximately 40 to 50 minutes. Next, we continue with the evaporation stage. The clarified juice then moves to the next kettle. And the goal here is to reduce the water content. The liquid thickens, changes color, and gains a denser texture. And this stage lasts about 40 minutes. Then we reach the final cooking stage, known as the panela point. The thickened syrup continues heating until it reaches the panela point, identified by the texture that is shine and elasticity. And the panela checks the consistency manually. The consistency is manually in this part of the process, and this phase lasts about 20 minutes. Once the syrup reaches the ideal point, we move on to molding. This process that takes about 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes is very fast for every 100 panela units. The hot syrup is poured into molds, giving it final shape. Then comes to the cooling stage, which takes around 20 minutes. And during this time, the panela solidifies completely and is ready to be unmolded, packaged, and stored. When panela is fully solid, it is removed from the molds and taken to the packaging area. There is a wrapped and organized according to the size and presentation, and after this, it is stored in a fresh, dry, and clean place to preserve its quality and ensure that it reaches the international market, in this case Spain, in optimal conditions.
Once the selection stage is complete and the finished product has been obtained, we move on the packaging process. Here the operational flow begins on the conveyor belt, along which the previously molded and cooled panela is transported to the sealing machine. The sealing machine performs again functions, wrapping each unit with the corresponding packaging, which includes the information required for marketing traceability, ensuring protection, identification, and presentation of the product. Once packaged, we proceed to the secondary packaging unit. We organize 9 units per box, and when we complete 10 boxes, we reach a total of 500 units ready for distribution. These formats allow us to maintain a standardized inventory control and facilitate logistics management. Next, We move on the storage process. We use one storage for each group of stem boxes, which are secured with plastic film to ensure stability, protections against moisture, and ease of transport. These steps allow us to consolidate the load and optimize the use of space within the warehouse and to support international transport. With the goods stored and secure, the operator proceeds with the transfer to the storage area. From this point, the product is ready for dispatch and transport to its final destination, Spain, as a part of our export operation.
The decision to export panela to Spain is based on the fact that several stores specializing in Latin American products consider Colombia panela to be one of their top-selling items. Additionally, Spain has a large Colombian community which further increases demand. However, this is not the only determining factor. Panela is also highly valued by European consumers who appreciate its flavors, texture, and quality characteristics that make it one of the most sought after natural sweeteners in the market. Below is the international route followed by our products once the packaging process is completed. This route begins at the production plant located in the city of Valledupar and ends at the port of Vigo in Spain. The journey starts at the factory in Valledupar, from where the goods are transported by trucks throughout municipalities such as Visconia until reaching the port of Buenaventura. At this port, the carriage is loaded onto a vessel that has a direct connection to the port of Vigo, which serves as the entry point to the merchandise into Spanish territory. Once the shipment arrives in Spain, the internal distribution process begins. The goods are loaded onto 3 different trucks and transported to 3 strategic cities: Madrid, Sevilla, and Valencia, where they will be marketed according to local demand.